Stop whatever you are doing with AI prompts. If you are just playing around, you're wasting so much time. And I just stumbled onto how the actual pros are doing it. They are building the prompts that get insane results, and it's a game changer. So, hey everyone, I'm Adnan, and welcome back to my AI learning journey. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm actually documenting my journey every day as I learn everything about AI and AI automation, and I want to just document everything. So, I'm deep in the rabbit hole of AI and AI automation, and one thing that is bugging me for some time is using prompts. Sometimes they work, and sometimes they're just, it's alright. So, but today I had a massive learning moment. I discovered there's a systematic way to engineer prompts, not just guesswork, and it's a framework that big AI agencies apparently use, and it's called the PDER process. And trust me, this is going to change how I build AI systems and later on, and the projects that I do for my AI automation. So let's just talk about the structure of this video first. At first, I will just talk about the theory and what I meant with the framework, its different components, and then I'll show you how we use this framework, how we can actually use this framework using various AI tools. First of all, I just want to give a big shout out to Liam. He's apparently the AI GOAT in the YouTube space, and I'm just a big fan of him, and I like him so much because he gives so much values, and I learned a lot from him. So, the problem: casual versus pro prompting. So think about it. When most of us use ChatGPT, Claude, or whatever, it's like a conversation, right? We ask, we tweak, then we ask again until we get our desired output. So that's fine for quick questions or casual brainstorming, but if you are building an AI automation system, say something like that needs to process hundreds of customer emails or generate daily social media contents, you cannot be there babysitting every prompt. You need to work perfectly first time and every time. That's why we actually call it single shot prompting. And that's where I and probably many of you hit a wall. Either my prompts were quick but kinda sloppy, or I would spend ages trying to perfect one by iteration after iteration. So that's pretty time consuming, and that's not something you want if you're building AI systems for businesses. So neither of them are good, and if you're serious about leveraging AI effectively. So this is the PDER process. It stands for plan, draft, evaluate, and refine. Super simple letters, but the structure is what it makes it so powerful. It's about being methodical. Let's just talk about P for plan. It's the blueprint of our entire framework. So, and honestly, this is where I used to fail hard. I would just jump in and start just typing prompts. So what does planning mean? Planning means before you write a single word of prompt, you want to define what exactly does this prompt need to achieve. What information or the inputs will it receive? Is it a customer email? Is it a block of text? A spreadsheet row? You gotta specify everything. Then, what format should the output be in? Should it be a summary? Should it be a JSON object or JSON code, or an email reply perhaps? So then you can actually include, do you have any good examples of what a good input-output pair looks like. And finally, are there any constraints or specific rules that the for better understanding it's like if you are building a Lego castle, you don't just grab random bricks. You have an idea at the first, maybe even you have the printed out instructions. And for AI, if I want a prompt to turn my messy meeting notes or my messy thoughts into a clean summary with action items, I need to plan that. So input will be my jumbled notes and output will be my bulleted summary and action list. Then we got D for draft, so that we can actually get a head start. So this isn't about agonizing over the perfect first sentence. We don't need that. It's about getting a solid initial draft and quickly. So the professionals often use AI powered tools that incorporate researched back techniques, things like telling the AI its role, what role it needs to be in for the reply, or giving it examples of the desired output format. So they basically use AI to help write prompts for AI. Does that make sense? Using AI to better use AI. Yeah, it's inception. Alright, so for me, what I'm starting to do is use a powerful model, like it can be GPT-4, Claude, or whatever model that you prefer, and that goes along with your budget. It's the main constraint always. And give it a really clear meta prompt. What does that mean? That means you are going to specify everything, like you are an expert, so we can actually mention the role that it will assume. For example, an experienced blog post summarizer, an experienced email writer, an experienced copywriter. Then you will mention its task. For example, take this article and create a 3-bullet summary. Or here's an example of good output and input. So these things help me generate a much better starting point than if I just started at a blank page. So it's better than that. Then we got E for evaluate, or the stress test. So this is where the real engineering begins, as we call the term prompt engineering. So this is where the real engineering begins. So what does it mean? You don't just run your draft once and call it a day. Professionals actually used specialized softwares, and they can get prompt IDEs, or integrated development environment, if I remember that's the full form correctly. Yeah. So think of it like a coding environment, but specifically for prompts. This lets them systematically test their draft against lots of different inputs. All the tools are available there, so you can actually iterate again and again till you make your prompt fine-tuned. So if I was building a prompt to categorize customer feedback, let's say, I wouldn't just test it with one positive comment. I would throw negative feedback, neutral feedbacks, a super long feedback. It can be a really short feedback, and even sometimes confusing feedbacks at it. The thing that I want to see is if my prompt can actually handle all of them correctly. So where does it break? This is very crucial for AI automation, that it has to be robust. Otherwise, if you are delivering a project to your client or to a business, if it breaks down because let's say you are building an automatic email responder, so when a customer emails you with something confusing, you have to have some fail-proof system in the first place to tackle that, right? So after that we have R for refine, or now we are going to tune everything for perfection. So this is actually the iterative loop. So based on our previous evaluation, what went wrong? Was the tone off of the AI reply? Did it miss a crucial instruction? Sometimes it does. Did it hallucinate? And hallucination is actually a pretty big thing for AI results, and day by day they are getting better, but it still happens from time to time. So you then make targeted improvements to the prompt, not just random changes, but you need to actually specifically fix the problems that you found, and then you evaluate again. It's like you can say this is like a cycle. First you need to evaluate, refine, evaluate, refine, evaluate, refine, till you get the perfect prompt. So like everything, this we can include an analogy here, like it's like tuning a guitar string by string. If you play one, you'll know. So I play guitar myself as a hobby. So I actually used to have a band as well, and I performed in stages, so I know a thing or two about guitar. So you pluck a string which is evaluating the condition that it's out of tune, it's a bit flat, or you tighten up the peg slightly more, pluck again, the pitch is higher up, it's not the notes that you want it, then you do it again, keep going until it's perfectly fine. So that was the analogy in a nutshell. So why this framework is a game changer? So learning about this framework, this PDER process, has been a total eye-opener for me personally, as I'm diving deeper into building AI automations for my hopefully future projects, and I can see this structured approach isn't just nice to have, it's actually essential for me in the long run if I want to get my desired output. So it's about building systems that are reliable and predictable. So let's say if I'm going to automate first drafts of a blog post, or creating personalized emails for my leads, those prompts need to be rock solid, so we do not have any place for guesswork. Plus there's a really interesting point here, that you can get great results from cheaper AI models. I just want to elaborate on this point a bit, because this is very important. When you are working with your client or someone, or just for your projects, budget is always a big constraint. So there are many AI models available, but the better the AI model gets, the costlier it gets, and so sometimes you have to balance out everything. If the API requests that you have are in much higher volume every month, you have to go for a cheaper AI model, because there will be some budget constraint, right? So if you are going that route, how will you get similar results to the costlier models? Prompt engineering can help you do that. If you can prompt correctly, it is entirely possible that you can get equal or even sometimes better results from costlier models. It is possible, all with the benefit of it will be way cheaper, it will take less time, and you can actually understand properly how LLM models work in general. So a win-win for both you, your clients, and everything. So that's great. So that was the process. It's a systematic way to go from a vague idea to a high-performing AI prompt. I'm definitely going to be practicing this and applying it to all the AI tools and automations I'm exploring every day. So what about you? What are your biggest frustrations when it comes to writing prompts? Have you ever tried a structured approach like this? I would like to hear your thoughts and experience in the comment section. So comment below. And if you are on this AI learning adventure with me, or you are just fascinated by AI automation and the progress that it's making every month, every weeks, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out anything and what I discover next. So keep learning and see you in the next video. Bye bye.